The UK's professional and business services, the PBS sectors, are some of the country's most vibrant and productive, and are vital contributors to the nation's economy. They are also competitive international traders, active in the global market and contributing hugely to the trade surplus and services that helps balance the UK's large trade deficit in goods. As the country struggles to recover from the sweeping impacts of COVID-19, this contribution is likely to become more critical than ever. But while economies around the world have been hit hard by the pandemic, Britain now faces an added and potentially hugely damaging uncertainty. That's Brexit. And this could prove particularly devastating for the UK's PBS sectors. PBS, which includes legal, accounting, research and development, telecommunications and computer services, some of which the UK is a world leader in, has flourished largely because it has enjoyed the benefits of trading within the European Economic Area, the EEA. Within the EEA, trade policy restrictions are limited and business operations can run smoothly between countries without layers of red tape. But Brexit, and particularly an increasingly likely no-deal Brexit, could wall off this market and decimate the international trading capability of the UK's service sector. This is a vital issue for the UK and one that, so far, has not been robustly debated. To address this, UK in a Changing Europe has written a comprehensive report which highlights the key facts that have been missing from the discussion. PBS sectors boosts the UK economy in terms of both value generation and employment, especially highly skilled and well-paid jobs which are harder to automate, such as many of those in engineering, computer systems and legal services. Between 1998 and 2017, for example, the PBS sectors made up 23% of all UK firms and accounted for 19% of UK jobs. These firms also generated 10% of the UK's turnover and 18% of value added. The PBS sectors are highly dynamic, containing firms, often small and medium-sized enterprises, that are limited in scale. 92% have fewer than 250 employees and are relatively young, with an average age of 9 to 10 years. Together, these UK firms are also of huge strategic significance to the wider global economy and have a central position in global supply chains and the world's professional, business and financial services networks. Indeed, PBS firms help the UK to maintain the second largest global service market and ensure the country is the second biggest cross-border service provider, just behind the US. This makes them critical to other industries, such as manufacturing, because they cross-supply key high-quality services: sales, legal, finances, IT and advanced engineering and management services. And by doing so, the UK's PBS sectors help these other companies maintain their competitive edge. But the distinct nature of services delivery also makes them vulnerable to restrictions on the free flow of people and information, restrictions that may very well become a damaging reality in the post-Brexit world. Indeed, the potential damage caused to these services networks by post-Brexit restrictions can be corroborated through the Service Trade Restrictiveness Index STRI, shown on the homepage of UK in a Changing Europe. Historical records demonstrate that restrictions on the entry of foreign firms and the movement of people and barriers to competition remain the greatest threat. Trade and services between countries within the EEA is substantially more open than trade with those from outside, and service trade policies for traders located within and outside of the EEA can be vastly different. To assess these differences, the UK in a Changing Europe used the OECD's STRI. This evidence-based tool collects information on services trade restrictions across 19 major services sectors and regulations and laws from 45 countries, 36 OECD members and 9 partners, into a services trade regulatory database. What is clear from their research is that the UK PBS sectors benefit from being within the EEA and that they would face substantial protectionist measures if trading with the EEA from the outside. Indeed, for some industries, it can be easier to trade freely between the many nations of the EEA than between states in the US, as highlighted by Michael Laurans from the Law Society of England and Wales in his 2019 testimony of the Parliament's International Trade Committee. In fact, it's harder for a New York lawyer to service a client in California than it is for an Estonian lawyer to work with a client in Portugal. But this enormous benefit could end with Brexit. In the case of legal services, for example, Laurans warned that most Brexit outcomes will lead to legal professionals encountering 31 different regulatory regimes, some of which do not permit access to lawyers from another non-EEA country at all. In light of these worrying facts, the UK government must seek an EU-UK agreement to reduce, if not eliminate, the negative impact of restrictions on these key sectors in the UK. If the country is to navigate its way out of the pending economic recession and continued coronavirus uncertainty, it will need the PBS sectors more than ever. The government can't expect them to generate the income and jobs the country needs with one hand tied behind their metaphorical back in the form of excessive trade restrictions, restrictions that most EU competitors will not have to endure. And if you now want to know more about European politics, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you in the end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel, which I hope you do. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy und viel Spaß!